I've already calibrated my seeder. I want 2 pounds of seed per 1,000 square foot. So I'm going to use the 32 sprocket on the top and the 48 on the bottom. And I've already put them in there. Easy. It's really easy to do. I mean, all you do is change the top one here and pull that pin out. Loosen this tensioner. You put that sprocket in the top and you put this sprocket in the bottom. Just take the pin out from that side. It's as simple as can be. And then to finally calibrate it, you just adjust these two nuts right here, which pulls your seed bar left or right. And as you can see, I got my small seed sprockets in there, so that's what you want for Bermuda seed, with about a 1/16 of an inch gap between the coarse flutes and the fine flutes. I'm in low gear 4. Seems like I'm getting the top of the soil structure broke up pretty good at this speed and still being able to cover some ground to get this thing done. Well, here's what we ended up with. I set my tines at 2 inches depth at 2 pounds per 1,000 square foot. And some places are more loose, the dirt's more loose, like this area here. But you can see some seed. There's a seed there, there's a seed there. But most of it's covered by a little bit of dirt. I think the spring tines do a whole lot. And then some other areas aren't as loose, like this. And we're going to see how this works out. I'm guessing that most of our seed's going to come up in the holes. And of course it's Bermuda, so it'll all spread. But I'll be back here pretty soon. We'll see what's going on with it and how it's doing. I'm interested to know how much difference the germination rate is going to be if you seed into an existing stand of dead Bermuda turf sprayed out with glyphosate, which is what I did on the football field. But I'm interested to know what the difference would be in that and seeding into prepared seed beds. So I prepared one, and I run the aeravator through it, same depth, same seed rate, same speed, and we'll see what the difference is. And this seed bed hadn't been raked or anything. I just ran the aeravator through it. Okay, we seeded May 20th, so we're right at 7 weeks after seeding. And as you can see from the pictures, those pictures are week to week. So as you can see from the pictures, you can see how it came on, and it really came on all at one time, and that was when we had a whole week of 90-degree temperatures. So this Riviera Bermuda grass seed, you got to really have patience in north central Kentucky, because it just it's not going to do anything until the conditions are right. Now, what I noticed from then and now is there were some places that I didn't get sprayed properly, and I sprayed everything with glyphosate before I started, and I missed a couple places. and the annual pole got up pretty high. I should have went in and mowed them places and raked that thatch out of there, because that thatch impedes that seed getting in the ground when you use the aeravator. Actually, from what I've seen, it worked better in areas where you had a little bit of dead Bermuda turf. Of course, you can't kill Bermuda turf with glyphosate, but a little bit stunned Bermuda turf where it's thin, but you still have turf there, and it seems like them places did better than the bare places, probably because it held the seed during hard rains. But of course, we went in with glyphosate, sprayed everything, went in about a week later and seeded with the aeravator, and we fertilized and limed and everything, did soil tests. So as you see the pictures, you can see how it come on, and there's still some places to fill in. I got about 75 to 80% fill in right now. There's also some places where I had some knotweed that I killed it out, but it was still impeding the seed from getting to the ground, and I went in and reseeded those places at about the 4-week mark, and they're all coming on right now, and they've done germinated, the seed's done germinated, and it's taken off right now. So when you're using aeravator with Bermuda grass seed, you kind of want to pay attention to the ground, pay attention to what's impeding the seed from getting in the ground, and you also want to pay attention to the moisture level. Places where the ground fractured better, you got more germination. Places that were a little damper, where it didn't fracture as good because it was damper, it didn't germinate as good. Still got germination, and it's still going to all fill in. But the best areas of the field that I got as far as germination was the places where the aeravator really fractured the ground pretty good, but there was enough Bermuda grass, dormant Bermuda grass, or not dormant, stunned Bermuda grass from the glyphosate to actually hold the ground pretty good and hold the seed after it rained hard. And those places did better than the bare places. And also the area I did in my garden with a prepared seed bed, it did real good too, but the weeds went crazy on me, and they got out of hand, and I had to go in and spray, and I ended up killing quite a few seedlings, but it's going to be all right. But it would be all filled in right now, except that I ended up killing about a third of my seedlings. So, and I'll show you a picture of that here in a minute. But one thing I didn't go over is the depth of the tines, and you want your tines at about 2 inches when you're seeding this Bermuda grass into a sprayed out Bermuda grass turf. And the way you do that is with this turnbuckle right here. You have 2 holes in the bottom of this turnbuckle. One is slotted and one's just round. You want to put your pin through the round hole, and you want to adjust your turnbuckle and your top link on the front to where your tines are about 1 inch in the ground. And that way we're going to throw some dirt around, and your spring tines are going to cover the seed up. So you really want to pay attention to that, because you don't want to get your tines too deep. We're going to put more pictures as the next 3 or 4 weeks come on of the field and of the test plot we did in the prepared seed bed, and I'll post them as I go and edit the video. So as of right now, we're at 7 weeks, and I have some weeds, especially goosegrass, in the field, and I'm not going to spray that for another week or so until I get the seedlings get a little bit older. And I'm not going to aerate either for another week or so, because I got some places that are still thin, and I don't want to encourage crabgrass. But look for this video here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll update the pictures, and you can see how this all worked out. And I highly recommend the universal aeravator. It just makes the job a whole lot easier, goes a whole lot faster. You get to aerate and seed at the same time instead of using 2 machines. So I'll put some more pictures on there later.